Say, man, you got a joint?
No, not on me, man.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Joints, pot, Mary Jane, reefer, marijuana. Whatever you call it and whether you like it or not, it is part of our culture, and that includes politics. Ever since Bill Clinton admitted to smoking but not inhaling, politicians have been asked about this topic. Well, today in the United States, it's Obama's turn. But while the American media deals with this issue, I'm wondering if we have a weightier issue to discuss. Tom Mulcair's mortgage, or mortgages. The NDP leader has refinanced his home numerous times over the years, something like 11 mortgages. Essentially, he's been using it as a piggy bank to take money out of. Joining me now to talk about both stories and the private lives of politicians, Sun News contributor and columnist Eric Duhaime. Eric, talking about politicians and pot is more fun, but which one should give voters, which one's the more serious issue? Pot or constantly refinancing your home to get money out of it?
Well, usually it's two private matters that, you know, in the old days would have probably stayed private. I mean, this is the kind of thing that usually we don't hear about politicians' lives. And nowadays, with social media, with all sorts of information coming out of everywhere, it's getting very, very difficult for politicians to still have a private life. But if you ask me personally, what I think personally, if you aren't able to manage your own wallet, how could you manage the whole country? I mean, personally, the mortgage issue is more of a concern as a voter. The fact that he had a few joints when he was a student or not, it's not a real big issue. If he inhale or not is not a big issue neither for me.
Well, we'll get to some of the fun stories because it sounds like Obama had more than a few joints. Yeah. But let's talk about Mulcair's home.
Yes.
This is in Beaconsfield, which surprised me. I didn't know he had a home in Beaconsfield because that's in the West Island of Montreal, very much the Anglo area. When he was in the provincial legislature, he used to represent Laval, the Chomedey area on the North Shore. So off the island of Montreal completely. Now he's downtown in Outremont, and he's got this home in Beaconsfield that he just uses as a piggy bank. I think you hit on the right point there. Can't manage your own wallet. How can you manage the country? And so far, the NDP's only reaction is, it's a private matter. We don't have to discuss it. I think it does say something about him, though.
Well, they're right that we don't have to know how much money he's borrowing on his house and things like that. It's true that it's his personal life, but on the other hand, I mean, a lot of voters want to know, does he have the financial independence required for that job? And was he able at least to make a success of his own? If the guy went bankrupt, I want to know. And I think that anyway would have been public. We've heard a few stories here in Quebec, and I'm sure elsewhere in Canada also there was the same kind of stories of politicians who went bankrupt, because then there's a legal act, so you can see who went bankrupt and how much money they were owing and who they were owing it to. In Mulcair's case, it's not bankruptcy, but it's mismanagement and the fact that he wasn't able to pay for his house. He always had to remortgage it.
My worry is that that would kind of be an indicator of how he would run the country. Oh, let's debt financing, debt financing. We can expand, and all of a sudden we're looking like Greece.
But on the other hand, Brian, you cannot tell him that he's not coherent. I mean, he is in the party that wants to remortgage over and over and over and over again, and so his policies are very similar and in parallel with his private life. At least he's coherent here. There's no inconsistencies between the economic platform of his party and the way he's managing his own wallet. So in that regard, I think we have to give him the thumbs up, because that's I mean, he's very coherent. If you read the NDP's platform, what they want to do is borrow over and over and over again. They don't know what it means to put a few pennies aside. So it's very, very consistent in that matter. But now he's in trouble still. I mean, a lot of people...
Let me ask you about the fun side. We'll move from Mulcair to Obama.
Yeah.
I don't think that anyone's bothered hearing that when they were younger, a politician smoked a joint. But here's a new book coming out, Barack Obama, The Story by David Moranis. And here's a quote from it. When a joint was making the rounds, Obama often elbowed his way in, out of turn, shouted intercepted, and took a hit. Oh, the little greedy guts. Apparently, it was also part of this group called the Choom Gang, whose pastime was essentially playing basketball and then smoking their brains out in a VW van. It was all about the pot for them. That sounds a bit more than smoking the odd joint.
No, I mean, it sounds like a pothead, but the thing is that you know, what impact does it have to the decisions that he's making nowadays in the White House? I don't think it has any, personally. I think that a lot of, if not the majority, if not almost all of them, of our politicians had some pot in the past or did things that they're not too proud about. But, I mean, you know, now our biography's coming out.
I'd be more worried if he was still doing the blow.
Yeah, of course.
Because he admitted to doing cocaine as well, and more than once.
But look, it's yeah, in Quebec we had the problem, as you remember, the leader of the PQ, André Boisclair, that was a coke addict in the past while he was a minister, and it came out a few years later while he was leading the party, and that was more of a concern, I think, for voters. But the fact that he did it, and you know, he did it in the past, I don't think it's as big of an issue. But it also brings another issue. And Brian, it's not just for politicians, it's for everybody. Does the concept of private life still exist in our society today? I mean, we have to wonder. Nowadays, with internet, with Facebook, with Twitter, I mean, everybody's talking about everybody. You go to a restaurant, it happens to me like every week. People are taking pictures or writing on Twitter that who I was with, what I was having for dinner. Another person is telling...
That's because you're a Quebec celebrity.
No, but we're all celebrities in a certain way. We're all on the net right now. Everybody's now...
and half of it people are giving away. I got to ask you about that's a very valid point, Eric, but I got to squeeze in this last question, which is a bit about a private life as well. Okay, this is up on the blog right now. This is one of the stories I've published. There's a young woman out protesting in your Quebec student protest.
Yes.
They want lower tuition on the weekend. Check out this photo. She says, "Tuition's too high. A lap dance to pay for my school tuition." I think she's already taken all her money and invested it in the augmentation of her chest, let's say. That investment right there, and I don't show this to be gratuitous, Eric, those things cost more than a couple years' worth of tuition. This is the entitlement society we live in now.
It's a contradiction, obviously, but I can guarantee you, Brian, there was 2 naked protests that they did to attract the attention of the media, and I can tell you it worked very well. And on the other hand, I can tell you also that they didn't all have boobs job. I can tell you that.
No.
I can guarantee that it's not the majority of students that looked good, and it was also another show of that. But you're absolutely right. I mean, this is getting ridiculous every day. It's getting even more ridiculous today. As you know, they're renegotiating. The parties are back together. And it's on and on and on and on.
It's why I don't want to talk about Charest anymore. It just makes me mad, Eric. But it's always good to talk to you. We'll speak again soon.
Thank you very much, Brian.